Mr. Hurley as he comes off his fresh NPC win. Just a few days ago, Mr. Hurley won first place in at least 3 separate bodybuilding categories. And I know, having been a competitor, I know absolutely that's not an easy feat, especially as a natural athlete. He's competed since 1998, accumulating victories in a number of natural bodybuilding associations to include the ABFF, ANBF, OUW, Global, and the NPC. Mr. Hurley is recently married. I didn't get an invite. No, I'm just joking. I got an invite. Has 3 beautiful kids, Heaven, Jaquez, and Tania, and currently resides in Greenwood, South Carolina, which is home to the likes of Ben Gates, starting tight end for the Patriots, 91 through 99, Robert Brooks, former NFL wide receiver for Green Bay Packers and Denver Broncos, Tamiko Brown-Nagin, a legal historian and professor at Harvard Law School. As you can see, Mr. Hurley is surrounded by greatness. So we appreciate Mr. Hurley taking time out of his busy schedule to speak with us. And before we get into some of these questions that we have, can you just take a few minutes to tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm from Greenwood. I'm originally from Greenwood. I resigned in Aiken. I just recently got married. I just basically, just living the family life and basically just enjoy what I'm doing, and that's just competing and, hoping somebody else can, I just enjoy competing and meeting other people and hope they get where they need to be.
So let me ask you this question. So how old are you now?
I'm 50.
50. So at 50, a lot of people aren't doing what you're doing. So tell me a little bit about what your motivation is. Like what keeps you going? What is your drive?
My drive is to always trying to set example for the next person. And my drive is to see other people doing what I'm doing, because I know this ain't gonna last forever. So I got to still set the example for myself to motivate other people who want to do it.
Okay. So you've been competing since 1998. So what made you want to get into bodybuilding in 1998? Because 1998, what was I doing? Oh, I was playing football in Colorado. I was in Colorado State. So tell me, what was that turning point to say, what, bodybuilding is what I want to do?
Well, what made me turn to bodybuilding? I'm from Greenwood, and either I guess when you from the hood, either you're gonna make it, or you're gonna either jail, death, or in the streets. And coming up, we always played sports. It was a place called the Recreation Center where we always go. I played little league baseball, football, basketball. I'm not saying I was the best player, but I was a consistent player. And my main thing when I was in high school, a lot of people don't know this, I ran cross country and I wrestled, and I was one of the best wrestlers in the country until I got hurt. And wrestling and to me and bodybuilding was like basically the same thing. I didn't have to depend on like people in football. I didn't have to blame nobody. If I made my mistakes, I made my mistakes. And as I got older, a lot of people say, man, you need to compete. You know how it go. So as I got older, I just decided I wanted to do it, because I knew I was at the age that I couldn't go to college at probably 30 years old playing football, So I had to find something that keep me active.
Right. So tell me a little bit about, so now you're coming off your NPC wins, right? And I competed in the NPC, so I know, what you had to deal with as far as just, the other athletes and being able to present yourself to the judges. So what exactly is the next step for you now?
Well, my next step is maybe do the National Masters, the NBC National Masters in October. maybe that's my goal, because at my age of 50, I think I could be more competitive. At 50, I thank God that I feel like I'm blessed. I'm thankful. I just try to set the example. I think I can be a great impact at the lightweight in the NBC National Masters. Especially coming off being natural, that's be a big step, not just for me, for the natural organization as well. And to me, that let people know that regardless if you're natural, you can still compete on that level. But like I always tell people, you gotta be patient, you gotta be consistent, and you gotta stay focused. Because you can easily get distracted by a lot of stuff, and about how bad you want it.
Right.
And I think, and also I think for the support team around, because I'm around a lot of positive people like my granddaddy Bobo, Vinsky, Kurt, Gilmore. It's a whole line of people. It ain't just me. The people that just see me, trust me, I have a whole lot of support. You need that support team, and I don't care who you are. You always gonna need help.
Right, definitely. So what advice would you give someone who's interested in competing at an older age? Like what advice would you give someone?
Main thing is, if you're at an older age, you got to make sure that what you want to do, because I tell people, do your research. You got to be patient with this. It isn't one of the things that happen overnight. People can always look at people on the outside, but they'll never ask the person how long you been doing this. I've been doing this over 20, 30 years. You see what I'm saying? Right. And people think it just happened. It don't just happen. You gotta put in your work. You gotta put in time. It basically is another job. It's basically another job. So if you ain't got the time and the patience and you're not being consistent, it ain't one of the things you turn off and turn on, especially when you're getting ready for this show, because at the end of the day, my main thing is, I might not be the best in the world, but I'm not the worst in the world. And I think come October, I think I can prove a point. Trust me.
Right. Okay.
It's not being cocky. Just sometimes you gotta have confidence in your own ability and your own self.
Absolutely, you have to, right?
Yeah.
So I've seen you go from what I call fluffy, right? Because I'm fluffy right now, right? I've been eating these cookies, right? So
yeah.
So I've seen you go from fluffy to paper thin, almost zero body fat. So can you describe kind of like what that process is for you? Because I know it's different.
You know what? To me personally, I'm gonna just speak. I want everybody to know I'm speaking for myself. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got their own philosophy. Everybody got their own way of thinking and training. And some people might see me, they like, oh man, you compete. But see, you got to learn what's gonna work for you. And whatever work for you, you got to stick with work for you. Because it's so many other things out here, like for his diet plan. You still, like I tell you about, you still gotta have all your nutrients. You still got your sugar, your fat, your carbs, and your protein. And see, when I get ready for a show, I always plan it out how far out I want to diet. I usually diet, I don't know, about 18 to 20 weeks. Some people might diet longer.
So you actually start out 18, 20 weeks before a show?
Yeah, but the thing is, I know if I do mess up, I have time to get back on track. And by me doing it so long, I know what worked for me. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I tell people, you got to know, once it worked for you, you still will work for you. Because at the end of the day, they'll never change, because, social media will have you going flip-flop with the keto. I don't care. You got the keto, you got different diets. If wherever floats your boat and wherever get you there, then you stick with that. But I'm always gonna stick what I believe in.
Right. Okay. So I know that one of the things that people struggle with when they're actually trying to make that transition is to try to maintain their muscle mass, right? So do you have any advice for folks who are trying to make that transition from losing body fat to trying to maintain that muscle mass and so they can look good on stage?
I think me personally, we all made mistakes, and I made mistakes. You know, we all gonna make mistakes. That's just like you always gonna be an amateur before you be a pro. You all gonna crawl before you walk. And I think what I learned this go around, I did less cardio. I did less cardio this time than I did more cardio last time. So by me doing less cardio, they helped me hold on a little bit more mass. And I use a more heavier weight, but with stricter form. And I learned that kind of worked better for me now. But if I had knew that earlier throughout my career, that's from learning though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So.
Yeah. So yeah, no, you're absolutely right because no, I can certainly understand your situation and what you're talking about because you know it's a process, right? And I think that you know you got a lot of people in your corner, right? You got a lot of knowledgeable people who are trying to help you out and whatever. And so yeah, you're absolutely right. It's a significant transition. So you got a possible show coming up in October, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So tell people about this show. So is this so you just did an NPC show that was a national qualifier, right? So.
Yeah.
So the next step is this Pittsburgh show, right?
Yes.
Same show I did, right? I did that a couple times. So,
Yeah.
so that's gonna be a fun show. But just tell me what do you expect at this show? Is this the IFBB Pro Card you trying to shoot for or what?
Well, this is my first time stepping to the National Masters. And this is my first time stepping to the level. My main goal is basically just to try to win my weight class first, and then get my IFBB Pro Card. You know, I think I got a good chance. And you know, if I continue to do what I do and keep following the guidelines of my goddaddy Bobo, you know, he kind of lead me in the right direction. It ain't too much I need to do. It's just little tweaks here and there that I can't overcome or that I can't do. So hopefully by October we'll have everything we need to have to that point.
So is there anything that you learned from this past show that you're gonna take to Pittsburgh?
Well, I know I'm still kind of tweaking with my posing. But I know my condition and my symmetry is there. So I think just tweaking certain poses, it'll all work out at the end. And then then I think about it, I'm going somewhere where I'm from, a lot of people don't get a chance to go. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just thankful I get a chance to get to that point. You know, I thank God I get a chance to do something I love to do, you know, before I leave this earth or whatever, you know. I'm just happy. I'm just happy to even want to go because a lot of people don't understand. I had qualified in 2014. I could have went in 2014 when I won the South Carolina State Master, but I ended up having back surgery, neck surgery, and I really, like I was telling you earlier, I really just came back last year to start competing. You know, I have. Through my career, I don't compete against a lot of good guys, you know, in the natural and the NPC, you know. So I think you know, I tell you about it. I think this is my time, you know.
Yeah.
I think this is my time, you know. I'm talking about everybody got their time. Everybody got their time. Everybody, you know, everybody don't got their time to be at the top. I feel like this is my time to make a statement.
So what's your waist size? What was your waist size when you?
I just go with the flow. I think it was about 20, I think it was about 26, 27 probably. I don't know. I just, you know, one thing about me, I don't do that micro count. I'll be honest, I don't do micro count. I eat the same food every day. I eat the same food.
I don't either.
I don't do no micro count. I eat the same food every day. I'm talking about, I have my protein, my carbs, my vegetables, or whatever. If I feel like eating something, I eat something. If I mess up, I mess up. But I get back on track.
Right. Yeah. So no, you're absolutely right. And when you talk about that, like, I'm just amazed at how people have like these scales and they go out and they weigh their food and everything. And people don't realize like the margin of error that is included in food labels, right? So when they're trying to calculate and count these numbers, they're always off, right? Yeah. So yeah, I'm on the same page with you. I don't do any counting really, and I just kind of do my carbs in the morning and then wean off.
Yeah.
The evening
and wean up in the evenings.
Absolutely, yep, and it works every time, and it's just like clockwork. That's just how your body works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah, definitely.
And I don't do that. I like I tell people, I remember back in the day, man, I be watching so many people killing themselves do a whole lot of cardio. I used to do like an hour. Now I just do just do 20 minutes hits. 20, 30 minutes at the most. That's it. I do 20 minutes or 30 minutes at the most. That's it.
That's all I do too.
I don't hardly do abs. I let my nutrition. I might do. I very seldom do ab exercise.
Now I do abs. Matter of fact, I'll do abs twice a day. Right at the showtime.
It was fun. I didn't do abs for the show. I let my nutrition and my hard work and gym, and I know it might sound wrong to some people, but like I say, everything don't work for everybody.
Right.
I'm talking about maybe I need to do abs. I don't know. Maybe I need to do
I just like them. I just like them hard. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, I know what you're saying.
Stick it out like boom.
Yeah.
I know what I'm competing with. And I know I'm coming up there drinking water and Gatorade. They up there doing some other stuff behind closed doors. So whatever I can do. But we gonna be watching you and monitor your progress as you get up to October.
It's so funny because I remember when I first started George, I used to be the underdog. It's like now I don't feel like I'm the underdog no more. I feel like I don't pay my time. I don't put in my time. I don't put in my time.
Oh, you put in a lot of time.
Yeah.
You put in a lot of time, and yeah, you work hard, and I'm always impressed at the job that you do, and I always hopefully tell you that because I played football, I played tennis, I played basketball, I played every sport out there competitively, and then now doing this men's physique thing just as another thing. But you work hard, and I know and I appreciate people who work hard, and I know you're at the top of the list there.
And you know what? Like I tell people, and I'll say this too. Bodybuilding is not gonna make me. Bodybuilding is not gonna break me. It's just something I just love to do to set the example for other people, because I know it's gonna be, like I said, I know it's gonna be a time that all this is gonna fade away from me. You see what I'm saying? That's why I try to help other people like Vinsky and other people who still learning, who still want to compete. You see what I'm saying? Because I learned somebody taught me, so it's my goal to help somebody else. And that's the only way you're going to get blessed. You don't get blessed by being selfish. You get blessed by helping other people.
Right.
So,
right.
I always had help, so it's my goal to help somebody else.
Right. So now we got Vinsky on the line. You got any questions you want to ask Vinsky? I think your microphone is muted.
Yeah, I didn't mute. He mute.
You got to unmute your microphone.
Oh, fella. Can you see us? Oh, there you go.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, yeah, I'm having phone issues over here. Now, I don't have any questions because, Johnny's my mentor and I'm new to the sport. I've competed 3 times so far. I got 2 first place and a 3rd. So, he's taking me under his wing, and I'm I'm older too, so I got this thing late. So I feel like I got to stay on top of my game, like Johnny said, you know. And but like he said, you know, I feel like once I get to a certain point where I can set an example, I want to do the same thing he did for me. Because you know, me and Johnny met online, and after conversing with each other, we realized it was cool. And he was like, "Look, let me take you under my wing and show you what to do." So I really appreciate that because, you know, I've had you know, there's people out here just for the dollars. You know, I mean, this work costs. It takes time. It takes energy, and you know, it's not all about taking advantage of people. You know, like. You know, first time out, throw me on NPC stage, and like, you know what? I don't think I'm ready for that. You know, so you know, I just appreciate that, and just like you're doing, keep on encouraging people, man. Staying positive online, because you touch somebody. You know, when you're positive all the time, you touch people that don't even talk to you, won't even speak.
Right.
You know, and that's one thing I can appreciate and say about Johnny. You know, he stays positive online, and you know, he keeps a good humor. And you never know. There's some people that look at your footage just for the motivation. They might not know what to ask, or they're timid. And they'll just say, hey, you know, just a picture of you in the gym is enough for them to go ahead and make it to the gym that day or not eat that piece of cake, you know. So, like I said, I appreciate being in the family. You know, I'm 2 years strong in the sport, and you know, we'll give it as long as I got to.
Right. I'm sorry. Hold on for a second. We got a young lady over here on the Facebook. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We're actually on a Zoom call, but can you hear?
Yeah.
Okay, and what's your name?
Veronica.
Veronica. You know Veronica?
Veronica Clark.
Clark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Veronica. I used to train with Veronica. Yeah.
Yeah, she on the Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I can switch this around or not. So, there you go. I don't know if she can see that or not.
Yeah, I can see you. Hey, Johnny.
Can you see it, Johnny? Or he can't see you.
I can't see you, but I can hear. That's good enough.
So well, actually, we're about to wrap up. We started at 8:30, but did you have any questions, Veronica, before we conclude?
No, trust me.
He keeps you on point. So you still training with him?
Every now and then.
Okay. Okay.
He fussed about
She said you're fussing at her about her eating habits.
Well, you know, you got to keep them on point. I feel like one thing about me, and Vince can tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know everything, but I can tell you what I know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of the ones to say I know I got all the answers. If I don't know the answer, I can get the answer. And one thing about it is, I know your nutrition is more important than working out.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody's not meant to be a bodybuilder. Everybody can change their body though.
Right.
You know, I stay on her because, you know, sometimes you can see potentials in people. You see what I'm saying? If people just change their nutrition, they'll realize how far they can go. And that's the part of just staying focused and not getting distracted by other things around you. You know, you gotta want it. Cause nobody ain't gonna do it for you. It's just like going to school. The teacher give you the information. It's your job to put in the work.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you know, you can collect all the information you want to, but if you're not putting in the work, then it's dead.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Okay. So any last words of motivation before we conclude?
Well, main thing is everybody just be patient, be consistent, stay focused. And like I tell people, in due time, you'll shine. But when you get there, hey, do what you got to do to stay there.
Yeah, I like that.
I know, right? I like that too, right?
Yeah, you better write that one down.
Hey, write this one down too. Oh, believe that.
Hey, I'm gonna have to write that one down to what you said earlier. Everybody ain't a bodybuilder, but everybody can change their body.
Yes.
That's a good quote, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, people making too many excuses. You know,
Definitely.
we all gonna get sick one day. You know what I'm saying? And I would learn that we can't worry about stuff, but you can control all your situations and circumstances.
Right.
Don't never say what you can't do because you never know until you try.
Right.
Well, on that, we got a young viewer here. Who's the young viewer here? Hey. Is that a new young bodybuilder right there? Who is that?
Oh, this is a little Troy right here. She's gonna be something as big as she is, huh?
They should say still making them, George.
Oh, is it?
Man, look here. Look here, man.
Hey,
This a workout right here. This my cardio.
Hey, you're good. Boy.
This my cardio right here, man.
We're gonna have to bring this to the dungeon.
Hey, they can't hear you, baby.
Hey,
Hey, well, I'm out. Hey, man. Yeah.
We'll tell Vinsky you need to go ahead and get one of the GNS muscles. Oh, before I go, y'all.
Hey, yeah.
George is the CEO of GNS Muscles. If y'all go to his website, gnsmuscle.com, he got protein, creatine, BCAA.
Yeah, I need to pick up some protein, man. Yeah. So I'm gonna hit the website.
And you can use the code Hard Rock for Life and get an additional discount. So y'all go check George out.
All right, I'll do that.
Pretty good supplements, and I use his supplements. So y'all go out there and support him, man, because at the end of the day, sometimes we all what we got, and together we stand.
Right.
Together we stand united as one.
That's right.
Yeah, definitely. No, I appreciate the shout
That's
out.
right.
We're here to support you. And like I said, we'll certainly be in contact to follow your progress. And yeah, Vinsky, just use his code. That'll give you a good discount. And then we got a good pre-workout coming out in the next few weeks. So we'll keep everybody posted on that. But so we'll go ahead and close this out. I'm going to actually, like I said, this is recorded. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit and then post it out on Facebook so everybody else can see it.
Okay, man. You have a good one, man. Y'all take care.
Yeah, well, thanks everybody for joining.
Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye, Troy.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, brothers.